Soul Patch. Soul Patch. Soul Patch, side of mine. Soul Patch, side of mine. Soul Patch. He's got a soul patch. Soul patch, side of mine. Soul patch, side of mine. Soul patch. He's got a soul patch. Soul patch, side of mine. That's soul patch, side of mine. Oh, soul patch. He's got a soul patch. That's soul patch, side of mine. That's soul patch, side of mine. Oh, there's soul patch, solid mine. Soul patch, solid mine. Soul patch, solid mine. Soul patch, solid mine. Gary's right. Love camera. News pay ya. The frog.
Mike, tell me more about the Houdini. I'll suck your dick. Right, Emma?
Mike Huntsmills. Yes. Joseph Von Durable. Wait. Uh-oh. Wait. Hold on.
You're fat and you talk like a moron.
DabblePoint. A Stuttering John Melendez roundtable discussion.
Wow. Welcome back, everybody, to Point DabblePoint. We have returned. Thank you. Thank you. Please sit down. We have a lot to get to. Joining me this week, you know him. Whoarethees.com. Who are these podcasts? Who are these everything? The man, the myth, the legend, Karl in the building. Karl, good to see you, pal.
Good to see you, Shuli. Good to be back on Point DabblePoint. I missed it.
Yes, and from howbigishe.com, Anthony Zenhauser joining us, the man with the song parody of the week. People have been buzzing
of the
about.
year, they're saying. I mean, come on, dude.
I think it's a
Mike
little
who? Mike nobody. That's who.
Well, that was the case before the song parody, but yes. And of course, one man who will go under protest about song parody of the year. I know you put out a great song. Please remind everybody your smash hit, Cardiff.
Which one?
with the
There's so many. There's Dead Beat It. There's Chad
Dead Beat-
Zumach is a liar.
Dead Beat It is
yelling at
probably
Milton's door. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, Mr. Shuli.
well, he is.
Please continue your introduction. I don't want to interrupt.
I mean, there. When you think potato, you think only one man, and that is Cardiff Electric. Yeah. Oh, yes. Shape of potato. Yeah. Actual potato. You think of Cardiff Electric. Patreon.com/Cardiff Electric. The biggest thing on Rumble. Fact. There, I said it.
Literally.
Literally.
If Zenhauser was there, though, he might give me a run for my money.
I like how he does his own fat jokes. I like that.
Yeah. No, listen, gentlemen, we are not here to make fat. I mean, we are and we will, but we need to get to business. There's a lot happening. If this was a TV show, man, what a season finale we are leading up to. First thing I want to bring up, the job that quote unquote Stuttering John has, or does he? I'd like to go around the table, if you will. Carl, I'll start with you. Do you believe John has a 6-figure paying job?
No. Oh, sorry. You said Carl.
Yes, go ahead.
Shuli, I'm sure you'll agree with me in saying that having a 9-to-5 job is way cooler than being a professional podcaster or streamer.
Yes.
So, obviously props to John for getting a job and working 9 to 5. It's amazing. I wish I could pull something like that off. That's incredible.
I hear you. My kid isn't asking me to come to career day. You know what I mean? They're embarrassed, and they should be.
So John obviously does not have a job. He doesn't even understand how jobs work. It reminds me of when Chad Zumach was talking about how he's getting money back on his taxes. It's like, dude, you're self-employed. You should be paying quarterly. You don't get money back. What are you talking about? So he doesn't understand how jobs work. He put in an application and got an email saying he's hired and this is your start date. Like, there was no job interview. None of it makes any sense. There's no fucking way.
Cardiff, your thoughts?
I hate to be considered a Carl ball washer, but he said it perfectly. There's no fucking chance. He's made, even just the way he describes the process. Yeah, he obviously has no idea how jobs work. Not even in this decade, but any decade, any of the last 3 decades. It's like, it's going to start next week or maybe the week after, or maybe.
Let's not forget, he said his substitute teaching job was 6 figures. And then it's public information. And we found out he made $14,000 in a year or something, or 8,000 or something like that. So,
and there's no, I'm sorry, but there's, NYU might be a top whatever college today, but a degree in 1988, even if he got the degree, let's be honest, even if he did graduate and get the degree, with a degree from NYU in 1988 in what?
Film and television.
Film and television.
In Cape Coral. There's so many jobs that are looking to do TV productions out there.
There's nothing with that plus 30 years of no usable skills that is going to get you not even a 2-figure job.
I don't think the mayor of Cape Coral makes 6 figures. There's no industry there. There's nothing really to do.
I've heard Cape Coral is going to be the new Vancouver for filming. Everybody's going out there to film everything.
Now,
sure.
Now, there is a theory going around that his new job and his new boat are related. He's got a job as a boat sitter.
Okay, all right, which is interesting because first thing I think of, how's he going to fuck this one up? You know what I mean?
He thought it said boat shitter, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can do that. No problem."
Yeah, there's a typo in the ad. Just letting you know.
Yeah, you left the H off. That's okay. I'll still do it.
Zen 6-figure job that was supposed to start Monday now is starting Wednesday, and from what I hear, he is halfway to his mom's place in the East Coast, which is odd considering he has a job in Florida starting Wednesday. So, what are your thoughts, Zen?
Well, I mean, listen, again, 6 figures throws everybody off. His narcissistic rage will not allow him to say that even if he had a real job, he'd be making minimum wage at best. I mean, if you're making 6 figures, you have to go probably either law school or become a psychiatrist or some sort of doctorate degree. On the other end of the spectrum, if he's doing hard, like if he's a garbage man, those guys make 6 figures, but there's no way he's doing that kind of labor. Getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, working all day, coming back.
He is a garbage man.
Yeah, but you also don't start at 6 figures.
Right.
You also don't start at 6 figures as a garbage guy, too. You know, you gotta work
unless
up.
You lay on your resume, which I think that he might have said he was the only garbage man in Long Island at the time. and that's how he got the
point.
job in Florida. But he is lying out of his teeth. He's going back home where it's where he really wants to be, at home with his mom, where everything is done for him. And I just wish he would admit that and be happy. That's all we want out of you, man, is to be happy.
Yeah, I got to say, I think that John is actually the king of the mom wives. When you look at the way he treats her when he's at home, it's like having Susanna around. There's just as much sex, and he just barks orders all day long.
But we don't know that. Could be a lot more sex with his
Could
mom.
be some sex.
How many times didn't he have like 3 or 4 Freudian slips where he called his mom his wife?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, those were always fun. I'll switch topics here in a second. This John guy seems like a real pickle sniffer. Says potato, potato, potato. Thank you. Michael P. All my favorites and Zen. Go Bills.
Go Bills. That was a tough one yesterday. We were pretty stressed out in the hamburger household watching that game.
PDP, let's go. Asa's light brown pubes in the building. Thank you.
The hairs.
James R. What a lineup. Happy this show is back. Thanks to the great Lady K, I now start my weekend off horribly hearing about Steel Toe. Skull, FKB, Tookie World Order. Thank you, James R. The Duke, John's disgusting lumpy goiter, formerly Eugene. I hate Trump and Harris. I voted for Libertarian, but a tiny piece of me would love to see STDJ go nuts if Trump wins. Skull, hi Potato, hi Carl.
What's up, Duke?
Let's go. I refuse to believe John could pass the exam to get a boating license, let alone have the money to buy a boat.
He's going to ace the exam. They're going to tell him it's the best score they've ever seen.
Well, that was
that exam.
That was the next topic on the list, is the boat. The boat is the hot topic of the day. By hot topic, I mean the bullshit of the day from John. Everybody right away saying there's no fucking way that that's his boat. He didn't buy anything. He maybe is laying out some sort of payment plan, if anything. But the rumor is that that's his friend's or neighbor's boat. They invited him on, and he did this whole spiel on their boat, sweating and talking about how he owns it. Thoughts, gentlemen?
I want to address the boating license portion. I myself am a licensed boater. I am licensed to boat in 52 states. Do we have that many states?
I don't think so. But
okay.
I think, what is
Rico
a boating?
and Guam. I got it.
Yes.
Okay, yes. I could.
But what is
the test is in many places, I believe it's the same, is the easiest test you could take. You're usually taking it with the test giver over your shoulder, telling you the answer to every. Nobody fails the boat license. Nobody fails. There's no failing. Everyone gets. If you pay the $150, you're getting a boat license.
So he might not pass after all that. $150.
Yeah, that might be the problem.
Right. It's like the first AM radio station me and some buddies did a show on. We came in there with like printed out formats of what we wanted to do on the air, and the woman's like, it's $150. You gonna pay cash or check? And we go, cash is fine. You're on tomorrow night. And we're like, wow, we could do like a Nazi show. They wouldn't give a shit as long as they're paid. Same principle. As long as you're paying the $150, you're passing the fucking test.
This was you and Missy B?
Yes, exactly. Back in when we started out.
There's a guy behind him. He's taking the boat test going, listen, Troy passes everybody. Don't worry about it.
You got this. But is it his boat? I actually do believe it's his boat. Because I listened to the 20 minutes when he went on the tour of the boat. I listened to it over and over again. There are a few key indicators in there that tell me it's his boat. Number one being the brand new rebuilt engine with only 10 hours on it. There's only one reason you get a boat with a rebuilt engine. Well, there's two reasons. One, it's got so many hours on it. The engine is a bag of dog shit. It's useless. It's burning oil. It's a hunk of shit. Or two, it's been waterlogged in a recent hurricane. They rebuilt the engine, patched up the boat, and sold it off to John at a really good deal.
Yeah, he got out fucked basically.
So you think he bought a lemon, and that's your rationale for it's his boat?
Well, just the fact, again, the bragging about the rebuilt engine. It tells me it's a very old boat or a boat that's been through some serious shit. right? So
We
there
got to
was a
remember,
great.
this guy's a connoisseur with boats. Remember, he had a 19-footer back on Long Island.
Right.
Right.
He knows what he's doing. He wouldn't just be like, some charlatan coming at him. He would see that shit a mile away.
So I don't think it's his boat. I'll tell you why, but I hope that it is. And John is on there today. He was doing the Midget Liar and Vince show today. And he was talking about how, like, oh yeah, everyone's all jealous and upset that I have a boat now. I hope he has a boat. I hope that is his boat, because that is going to be so much agony. It's going to be so many costs associated with it. There's so much upkeep on a boat. It's a huge pain in the ass for a guy who barely scrapes by in life. Now, can't afford the legal payments to his attorney friend.
Right.
He's not paying that.
Carl, he can't do the maintenance on a dishwasher.
Right.
You think he's going to do a maintenance on a boat?
That's what I mean. He said today that he's already brought it to a marina. So he's docking it at a marina and he's paying for that. I hope that's true. I think that would be hilarious if that's the case. But no, we would have known if John was buying a boat, because what John does now is he tells you every boring, mundane thing he does in his day to start off the show. I went to Walmart. I bought Monster Energy drinks. I went to Radio Shack and bought a battery. It's constantly everything he's done. Never once has he gone and talked to boat dealers or made negotiations or went to the bank for a loan or any of the things that you would do leading up to purchasing a boat.
See, Carl, when you're of John's caliber, boat dealers come to you.
Is that what it is? You just put it out there in the world and they
But the beauty thing about John is he always has an out. He always has a logical out of something. Like, for example, Tampa's Wannabes and Has-Been says, today he said, "What makes you think I got a job?" on his show. Well, I hope this doesn't upset John. The legend dropping $50. Look out. It's not me. Sorry, not the legend. Sorry. I'm seeing a lot more legend accounts in chats, so it's gonna get confusing.
That one's a fake one. The one in my chat's real. Everyone knows. I don't know how you not know that.
Yeah, so it's a fake one in Kevin's chat as well.
That's a fake one, and that was great too. When I think it was Rob Saul was explaining to him, he's like, "Yeah, but he was giving like $100 at a time. Why would a fake legend do that? Why would he be so generous with his money? He's not even. Oh no, how would he stupid? Of course, it's a fake legend."
That's how I would do it, Rob. It makes total sense. Right. Idiots. The great Adam Bush, thank you for the $10, my friend.
What is happening, Adam?
That.
Good to see you, buddy.
I love him. He's like, he breaks down John in such a great way that I could sit and listen to him do it for hours. I love Adam's input on this. He said, "How do you know my job wasn't a BJ?" Literally. Wow. Okay. Well, you got us there.
He was going to get a blowjob on Monday and it moved to Wednesday?
Or he's giving blowjobs, which makes the six figures a little more believable.
Okay.
He's really good.
I've been in CB Tomato's bathroom. I can see him getting a job in there, yeah.
Of course you were. You had to write on the stalls in there.
Right, yes.
Yo, Potato Trump looks cool, said my Mogwai wife. No more Tony Chase, please, chirps Queefer Sutherland. Thank you for what very long and confusing message.
Yeah, I understood all of it, though. No worries.
Oh, okay. Why? All right. I was lost. John's new job equals lesion growth host. Hashtag leprosy fan. Yeah. Frog, you got to put up this picture from the boat the other day that we had. There's this a lot of people have been sending me things saying it's liver disease. Not that one, you idiot. The one with his hand. No, not that one. Yeah, look at that.
Ooh. He addressed this on the show today. He says he's going to see his dermatologist.
Oh, probably a good idea.
What's going on. He says he has them all over his feet too.
Oh my God.
Did he give his dermatologist herpes as well?
Where else do you think?
He said it's related to sweating. This is what he said on the show today. I mean, take it with a grain of salt. It's related to sweating. He never wears socks. And he's got them on his hands and feet.
I mean, between him with these lesions talking about sweating and Kevin Brennan yelling, "I was misdiagnosed with anal herpes." I mean, there's so much content out there going these days. This is great.
Yeah, it's not something embarrassing like you guys think it is. It's because I'm sweating so much I don't wear socks.
Well,
How bad does he smell? Man, I don't know. I've never met John. John always says, he hopes that he runs into me in Cape Coral. I hope we don't. That's going to be a day ruiner for me. I got a pretty big nose.
If you do, you'll know at least 5 minutes
Right.
before you meet him, because it'll be in the air at some point.
Adam, the day proof shows on Dabblers Anonymous, it's not his boat. He'll claim he was fooling us, the puppet master, but we're having a blast while he's miserable and wet. Exactly.
He was so sweaty on that boat on Saturday. That was so gross. Was it really 95 degrees?
No, it was 80. We saw it. We had a screenshot. It was 84 degrees.
Okay. I didn't think it got up into the mid 90s in November.
And there was a great post on Dabblers Anonymous. I don't know who put it up there, but it laid out like he's so lazy that instead of sitting at the dock and sweating, you go on a boat to take the boat out. You go out on the boat onto the water, but yet he'd rather sit there and brag that he's on like just white trash bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, go out on the boat. You're on the boat.
Can't.
He's
out on the water. If he's out on the water, he can't drink.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's the other thing. People say they're very strict.
I heard that too. Is that possible? Florida doesn't give a fuck what you do, but that's the one thing they're strict about.
I think because so many people are on the water, and there's so many boats out there, and boaters and families are on boats a lot of the time. Dude, I'm telling you, when I got locked up for fishing without a license years ago,
right?
I didn't even see that motherfucker coming, and they're on a boat. How do you sneak up on a boat? They did it somehow,
and it's a Coast Guard too, so it's a federal thing.
Yeah. Look out. Now there's the fake let. I mean, is that the real let?
That's the real one. That is the real one. Yeah.
Well, don't tell John the legend gave us $10, please. I don't want to. Or just tell him it's the same one that doesn't give Kevin money. That'll help. That'll do it. That'll
the real legend's the one who gives $100.
I agree.
Yeah, that guy's got some catching up to do if he wants to convince us he's the.
I agree. You can't be like, that's not me, and then throw $10 in there. Sorry, you're not selling us on that. Dang Lizard. Stuttering John told us he paid the yearly fee of $250 for the towing service, and he thought about it. The boat doesn't need maintenance if he doesn't crash it.
That's right. He did say that. As long as I crash it, it won't need maintenance. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, insane. You don't even have to take it out for it to cost you thousands of dollars.
The word maintenance has maintain in it. It's not about fixing crashes, damage.
There was a great part where he drinks his Monster Energy drink and he puts it down. You just hear it go clink and fall out. And it's like, he's already trashing this fucking boat, regardless if it's his or not. He's already doing John shit to it.
Best.
Who can forget this? It's 6 figures, but there's a decimal point to the left of 2 of them. Agreed. Stuttering John ends up like Max Cady from Cape Fear on his boat. There's one thought. Howdy, boys. Trump Vance 2024. Eric, if you're friends with Eric, he just may give you an F-slur pass. He gave me one.
Oh, yeah, I got one in Detroit.
Yeah, Carl got one.
Yeah, very exciting.
Is STDJ taking his boat to Ossie's house? No, I believe he's driving, considering it's not his boat. That would be
a long trip, too.
Yeah. Well, the shows this week have been interesting on a number of levels. Number one, little nickname going around for him is Mom, Members Only Melendez. A lot of people are calling him that.
I like it.
Yeah. He has been members only for over a week now.
What do you think that is, Shuli?
Apparently the letter L is upsetting to John. I mean, he'll tell you it's not, but clearly it's got to affect him because he's now not only going to members only, but then blocking members as well. It's pretty fascinating to watch.
I loved when Clay was on the show this past week.
No one's ever said that.
I know no one's ever said that before. But John's going in and blocking people and putting L's, and Clay goes, why are you doing that? Why even bother? What's the difference? Who cares? Why would you block people? And John goes, because I get yelled at by people because it's interrupting the chat, and then they get mad at me for that.
Yeah, no
Which is
one's
the dumbest lie you could have come up with ever.
Yeah, 99% of the people in chat
Are typing L.
Right. That's
move.
the show. That's the show. They're enjoying themselves.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not you.
So stupid.
You brought up Clay. You know, I wanted to bring this up because out of all the co-hosts, real or fake or whatever, that's come through the revolving door of the Stuttering John podcast, I would say, this is just my thing, but I would say no one is more pathetic than Clay Dabbler, in my opinion.
He proved that this past week. Wow.
Yeah.
Shocking to me.
Yeah. I mean, came crawling back, got talked to like a bitch, and came crawling back and sat right back on John's lap.
Well, if you remember, this is even before they had their other falling out. As soon as John thought that Clay was saying shit about him, even though it was US dollar signs in the super chat, that's how dumb John is. As soon as he thought Clay was talking shit about him, he started rattling off all the reasons why Clay sucks on his show.
Right. Had him, and it came out. He didn't have to think about anything.
He knew it all right there.
Poured out of him.
I would have thought right there, Clay'd be like, oh, you think I suck on your show? Then fine, I won't come on your fucking show anymore. As instead, Clay's like, oh, please. And then, of course, the big falling out happens, and Clay comes right back again. For what reason, I do not know.
I mean, I personally reached out to Clay, congratulated him on finally being a man when he stood up to John. I did. I was proud of him. Finally, you stopped taking his shit.
What a fool.
And then he crawled right back.
Let me tell you something.
Time to ingratiate himself to the actual Dabbleverse. This was the time for him to be accepted by everybody. And he was like, I'm not having that. I'm going right back to this dude.
Mm-hmm.
No, Clay, don't forget, Zen. Clay was beloved in the Dabbleverse when he was making Clay. Like when he was doing his
actually a Clay Dabbler.
When he was actually a Clay Dabbler. He everybody loved him. It's been nothing. There's been no positives for Clay in this relationship. He's not getting paid. He's not getting publicity for anything I can imagine. He's just getting shit on constantly.
And a lot of people have gave shit to DG. I'll tell you one thing. DG walked out on Stuttering John like there was a bar tab waiting for him. He didn't look back. He didn't go. He just kept on moving.
What a fucking loser that guy turned out to be. Who could have seen that coming?
I would rank Clay number one as far as pathetic co-hosts in the Stuttering John life cycle.
Don't sleep on Rob Saul. Don't sleep on him. Rob is up there, man.
He's so pathetic. I didn't even think of him.
Right, you forgot he existed. Right.
Wow.
You're just like every woman in America. Didn't know he existed.
Give credit where credit's due. There was a little bite in that bark. Do you know what I mean? He came at John. He laid it on the table. He came out ready to rock, and John did what he did.
Zen, thank you for reminding me. We were watching clips of Clay on the most recent WATP, and Clay's starting to do this thing, and he's been doing it for a while, but now he's really doing it, where he's mumbling things under his breath, and it's like the old Popeye cartoon. He'd be like motherfucking olive oil and shit. You're like, this guy gets it. He's funny. Clay's starting to do that to John now. Either John's not picking up on it, or John just needs a friend and is just letting it go.
Hold on. What do we got here, Frog? Oh, A Week in John. We have a little thing here in case you guys haven't seen all of the episodes. Frog put together a little recap for you. Let's check this out.
These tangent-filled, what are they? What you call them? Starter words. You probably from the rumors I'm hearing, and this is just rumors. Allegedly, you had dinner with Isolino at your house.
I call him a hero. Yeah, I don't remember those words coming out of your mouth.
Hero.
You might have.
Hey, everybody. How are you? Just sitting on my boat here. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. There you go. Quick recap of all the important stuff you missed this week.
That's fantastic, Frog. That intro is amazing. It's longer than the segment, but it was great.
It's great. I remember watching him trying to get the fireworks going. Nothing.
So
his fingers are so mangled, the computer can't read what's happening.
I got to be honest with you guys. There's all these different versions of John we always talk about. I hate performative John. I hate sex pest John when he's hitting on girls and being all horny. That's the worst. I like childish amusement John,
Yes.
When he gets the fireworks going or the balloons flying, you can see there's like a genuine like happiness. He gets this big smile, like, look what I just did, guys.
Ma, come here. Look at the fireworks.
Yeah.
Ma.
I love that version of John. It makes, it just warms my heart.
Right. That's the John we could hang out with.
Yes.
You
Well,
know?
no, I mean, I wouldn't hang out with him, but I enjoy it from afar.
I'm the legend, the broke one. Okay, good. I like.
Legend.
There we go. Good.
That's the real one.
That's the one. Maggie Lynn, missed a few days and how Bob and Mike have changed. Yeah, well, everybody changes. What are you going to do? He's either a grown man showing off some other man's boat like an OnlyFans chick, or he bought himself a lemon with no skills to navigate or fix the boat. But again, like, okay, let's say you bought yourself a used boat, a refurbished boat.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you buy it and then leave? Like, wouldn't you start working on it? Wouldn't you start fixing the things you need to fix on it, or
fixing?
I mean, I know it's a brand new rebuilt engine, but
what is he capable of doing?
He needed homeless people to clean his house.
Yes.
Okay. What do you?
And they needed a home, so it worked out perfect.
Yeah. Stuttering John, being a Yankee fan, is appropriate. Both had great opportunities to succeed, yet they both squandered it away with a comedy of errors.
Yeah,
Boom.
John really is the fifth inning of Game 5, isn't he?
Oh, every day. Every day. Great show, gentlemen. Oh, hey, Cardiff.
Hey.
Rabid Weasel. Daniel Radcliffe's delicious asshole. STDJ and his new boat, the SS Auschwitz. All right.
That's actually my boat, but it's okay. I want to use it.
It's fine. Psychologically, John versus Blunder Years John. Blunder Years John. I don't think much has changed other than how much the pills and beer have slowed him down even more.
So we're doing this thing on our Patreon, Living in the Past with Stuttering John. We're going back and checking out all of this podcast episodes from 2018 when we first discovered John was doing a podcast. And the personality has not changed at all. He's the exact same guy, but it sounds like a completely different person.
Yeah.
The way he talks, the way he presents things, you would think that this guy actually had a brain in his head in 2018. And it's these 6 years, man. Wow. That's hard living.
I'm sorry. I didn't even think of this channel in the chat. If you want to put that one up, because I didn't even think of this. I've had to do this. I've had to pump out a boat toilet tank. The black water tank in a boat, especially sitting in 90 degrees in Florida. If he's actually dropping deuces,
he's definitely going to shit on that boat. And it's not going to clean it.
No way, dude. He's he's maybe taking his trunks off and shitting in the ocean, or just leaving his trunks on and shitting in the ocean. But that's what he's going to do, just to avoid. That's a first mate's job, right?
Don't pump shit.
Clay, get over here and pump the toilet out.
Hey, shit pumper.
Shit pumper. Never have I wanted a monsoon to be building up behind John as he babbles on about nothing in his boat. Wanted to see a wave 12,000 feet tall coming in.
The only reason why I think it's his boat is because a lot of people, he's like a lot of people with no money. They always spend things on shit they can't afford, right? Like he has a motorcycle he never uses. He has a house that it's too big for him. It's just one guy. He doesn't have any family that comes over in his big old house. And now he's got a boat. Whether he had to use his mom's credit card or not to buy the boat, he wanted the boat. He just has to have this. For him, it's validating his whatever gives him validation for being famous and rich.
You're so right with that, Zen. I just realized we've always drawn these parallels to Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down. Here you got this has-been. He has to go back and teach school and humble himself, but he's such a narcissist, he can't get over it. Do you remember in the first season, he had that Sea-Doo that he would not get rid of? He couldn't afford it. He has no money. He has to live with his brother and shit, and yet he won't get rid of the Sea-Doo. That's John exactly.
100%.
Yeah. 100%. When we were watching the Blunder Years last week, when he bought his first house, he couldn't afford it. He had no more money in the bank after he bought his house. He needed to borrow money from guys like Gary in order just to make the last payment. So he never thinks like he's not money smart. He doesn't know how much money he actually has.
Are you saying he's a certain type of rich?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican rich.
Yeah,
Thank
right.
you.
The other parallel that's so funny is Kenny Powers sits and listens to his own audiobook when he's driving around in his car. It just reminds me of John watching the Howard Stern show on YouTube all night long.
The best title for "Fuck You, You're Out," I believe, is the name of the book. Zach, turn your gain up a little bit. Your mic's a little low.
I have to say, since the boat has emerged, we haven't seen the Harley and the boat together.
No.
Oh, did he sell the Harley to get the
Did
boat?
He sell the Harley to get the boat. Maybe a trade. Bob Sativa wanted a chick's bike.
Wanted to get a gift for his girlfriend.
Maybe it's a chick. He traded a chick bike for a chick boat.
What's a chick boat?
Yeah, who knows? Let's get him. Somebody on Dabbler said he gave a tour of that boat like an 80-year-old person would give a tour of a boat. They're like, "This is where I sit. This is where I sleep," and then just walked out.
This is where you show the bathroom. This is where I shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And never pump out the black tank.
And I get drunk over here.
Yeah. Daniel Radcliffe's delicious asshole. Where are the cats? I hope he didn't eat them. Well, we saw a picture. He posted a picture not too long ago of the cats, and one of them looked, I mean, just terrible. I'm a cat owner.
Beer can kitten.
It's unreal to see the fucking knotted, disgusting hair on this cat, and to know how clean cats are. They don't want to fucking feel that way.
Let's talk about the cats real quick. I'm confused about something. So the cats are always trying to get the door open to the bedroom. They're constantly like scratching at the door. Does he lock them in the bedroom with him when he's sleeping at night?
So it sounds like to me that they're not allowed all over the house. So
why not?
Okay, so that tells
weird.
me. I thought about it.
They keep him awake, and it's annoying, and he has a problem with it. Like, why not just open the door and let them? There's no one else there. Leave the door open.
I'll tell you why. Because the owner of this home, who bought it for a whopping $10, probably doesn't want fucking cats in the house, and so he has to abide by the rules. So he has to keep locking them in two different rooms, and cats do not want to be locked in fucking rooms. They're going to destroy the walls, the door frame, all of it.
You really think Osa is giving orders to John? I see zero evidence of this, that she would tell John what to do.
Oh, I've heard rumors. I don't know if this is true. I've heard rumors that the thermostat is now controlled by an app.
That's an interesting theory, because he's always sweating in there, and it makes zero sense that it wouldn't be set at 70.
So the rumor I heard is that they keep changing the password and not giving it to him, so he doesn't have control of
That's
the
hysterical.
Yeah.
Well, he can at least go cool off in the pool. Oh,
yeah. So the whole family. Yeah, go ahead.
That should be a benefit on his Patreon. For $100 a year, you can control
my thermostat. That's hilarious. Chad Zubak, you listen to this? These are good ideas.
The guy would be rich, but covered in sweat every day. Oh, that's hilarious.
But I think based on what things are going in his life, I think his mom has all the control over his money. So he's got to go
his money
for his money.
Well, it's her. It's all her name anyways, so it should be her money. Everything's under her name.
My theory is that he's got like his father's, whatever his father left him, whatever his mom has for his inheritance, she allows him to have some of it every once in a while for expenses, and she monitors, because he can't be trusted, obviously, to buy things, so he has to go through her for everything now. So that's the only thing that would stop him from drinking on camera. Why is he not drinking on camera during?
Can we send Osa the link?
I mean, I don't think we're far from
Send her the
it.
link.
I really don't.
John, you say you need money to buy boots, not a boat.
No, I said booze, not boots.
Not boat. Doesn't Aaron have a profession where he works on boats? Stuttering John became a teacher because of Aaron, so he got a boat because he's still competing in his mind.
Oh, that's a good theory. I like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Amanda Lynn Nappy. Welcome back, Gentlemen and Potato. Great panel for the reboot. Thank you very much.
Very insulting name.
If you need your mommy to co-sign on a house because your credit is shot, no lender is going to give you a loan on a boat.
That's a good point, too. That's a very good point. His credit is shot.
Yep. Fuck Sauce Dabbler. His tattoo is awful, but wait till the sun gets it. Oh, out on that boat. Please. Hi, Bob. I mean, Zen. Love your work, Cardiff.
Thank you.
Froman. 14 months. Thank you, Abe. Captain Aaron's Fluffer. Permission to board Asa's anchor. Where's Cabin Boy Clay? Yeah. Goldfold. You look like the last shit I took, right? Open and shut, cut and dry, and tight. Not this boat, right? Not his boat. Open and shut, cut and dry, and tight. Open and shut, cut and dry, and tight. Open and shut. Right? Thank you.
Remember how annoying that character is.
Oh, elegant. It was unbelievable.
Oh, I thought that was Beetlejuice.
Do you think Vince the Midget Lawyer showed John how to put the chat members only to mess with him? No, I think that's his brother-in-law, Dustin, who told him how to put it members only.
Yeah, he learned that trick a couple Johns ago.
Right. Right. He's tweeting a lot in the third person. Did you see his tweets yesterday, Frog, if you have those?
The Duke.
Oh,
Everything is...
He was debating what to name his boat today with Vince, and Vince is like, I don't know why you don't just call it the Duke. And he goes, I might do that.
You know what? I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
You're not a PDF if you haven't been arrested for it. John Edward Melendez. Okay. The Duke is happy he bet 10 large on the Lions.
10 large? He's still doing that?
Yep. The Duke is enjoying the sunset on his porch. What porch does he have?
Porch.
The Duke just cleaned his master bathroom.
Wow.
Well, it's a 60-year-old man wants credit for cleaning his bathroom. The Duke is chilling. The Duke is losing his mind. What's left of it, apparently.
I don't know if you can pull this up, but what are those 14 comments under the Duke just cleaned his master bathroom? I doubt they're congratulatory.
Probably the same as the 14 under the Duke is enjoying the sunset on his porch. Probably a lot of L's. But only the one bathroom was lucky enough to get cleaned.
Well, he said he's never taken a shower in the other one.
He said it's the only bathroom he's allowed to use. That's why. Same with the room. He's not allowed in her master bedroom.
That's right. Do you guys remember when Hitman Dan was over at his house and Hitman Dan was helping him like set stuff up and clean stuff, and he came in and just went, whoa, John, what happened to that bathroom? He used the guest bathroom and it was full of blood.
Yeah.
I imagine that information got back to the homeowner at some point.
Well, that's the thing. You want to show me that it's your house? Get up and give us a tour. Walk around. Open doors. Show us other rooms. That's your house. He
so
knows
disgusting.
His mom would flip her fucking shit if she caught him doing that.
Well, what's up with him selling that house? Didn't he say it was too big for him and he's going to sell it?
Right. I'm here all by he's got a 12,000 foot square house. He goes, it's just me and all these empty rooms.
He's setting the stage, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Planting the seeds.
But wouldn't you know that when you bought it? Wouldn't you know that it was too big?
You can't buy a smaller house. It's 3 bedrooms. What do you want?
Clearly the plan was for her, and I don't know if anyone else, but definitely for her to move down there with him. Something has changed since that plan went into effect.
You really think so? I don't think she ever wanted to leave. I think Osa wants to die in that house she's in Long Island.
God, now you're wishing my mother drops dead in the house?
Hope she lives for. I hope she lives as long as Ray's turn. All right.
There you go. God bless.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey, Discount. What's up?
Carl was curious about the comments after the Duke just cleaned his master bedroom.
Yes.
Bathroom. Yeah.
Sorry, bathroom.
Yeah. Don't believe you, says Rev Fugly.
Oh, it's great.
Fans are really coming to his coming to rally around old Johnny.
It's time for another block party.
I mean, hey, at least he wasn't dumb enough to let everybody know what pisses him off. Good job. Here from Drew Lane Show. Go Lions. First super chat. Thank you. You don't need to know. I was just watching a clip of them watching this Corey Feldman interview. It was brutal.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It was really funny. Yeah, shout out to Drew Lane, man. Good dude. I like this name better than Daniel Radcliffe's. Stuttering John's Himmler's sweet mustache. Yeah, his Hitler mustache the other day was a nice surprise on the
No
boat
one
as
even
well.
told me a pickleball. I don't get it. Why would someone give me a heads up?
My favorite moment is somebody sent them a super chat. They go, "You anally fuck anyone on the boat yet?" And he goes, "I just got here." He
Not
didn't
yet.
even miss a beat. He goes, I just got here. Thanks for bashing the Duke, the great Watubi. Thank you for being here for 9 months. Appreciate that. If he misses dock payments, they repo the boat till paid with interest or put a for sale sign on it. That's the other thing is he said, my buddy's letting me use his slip. You know, if you know people in boat, a slip is a lot of money.
Mhm.
And if someone doesn't have a boat there, but they have a slip, most likely they'll rent that out and make money off of it. So no one's letting him. Nobody's gonna let him use a fucking slip.
See, Shuli, you don't understand how Florida works. Urgent care doctors own airports.
That's right.
Everyone's so wealthy that they don't give a fuck.
I like the other day. It goes Bob Sativa. That's not even his real name, you
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, by the way, his first name's not even Bob. It's Robert. Like, okay, yeah, you got us again.
What's next? Dr. Plain Love? Isn't Dr. Plain Love?
You know, I was thinking about buying a plane. And that's a whole other fucking chapter.
Yeah, I was watching. We were covering Aiden Ross on WATP this week.
Yes.
Aiden Ross makes tens of millions of dollars a year from his kick contract. He was talking about buying a plane. I was like, yeah, okay, I could see that happening. That would make sense. The fact that guys like John even talk about having money in this world is so stupid. It's like, dude, you're getting by streaming. Good on you. That's incredible.
Right.
Well,
Most
there was a
people who are
there.
sensible about money don't buy a boat when they're like stressed out about their bills.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You need to be able to. That's like a throwaway. I got so much money. What we're gonna do? I'm gonna buy a boat.
Yeah, the boat purchaser generally doesn't have a conundrum when they need $700 to fix their MacBook a month
You
earlier.
didn't have the cash. Yeah, good point.
J-Dead, today John said he thinks I'm quad father. What the fuck? All people in wheelchairs look alike, J-Dead? Is that what that fucker's saying?
J-Dead 00.
Thank you, J-Dad. He showed the hand today. Clip it. Oh, God. I can't wait to see that awful. Yo. It's Pote Trump. Give me my money for my Mogwai. PWO. Okay. Damn it. When did this start? Oh, hey, Potato.
4 o'clock on Mondays, new time for DabblePoint.
Yeah, it's always been this time slot, this day since today.
That's right.
Exactly.
Dummies.
And going forward.
Some marinas don't let you live on the boat. You're supposed to moor it there and live elsewhere. Will that be a problem for Stuttering John? Trump 2024.
That's another thing people are speculating. Is this where he's going to live now?
Right.
On this boat. And do cats enjoy boating as much as people do?
They love water.
How about
They love it.
a remake of Captain Ron, Captain John? Let's do it. Let's do it. He's got an eye patch.
They just jumped off. They just jumped off of the boat.
Just set up my hammock. Looking good.
Yeah.
You just see the kitty litter tray floating in the Gulf. Go, Wolvie, go.
It's like that video of like, I saw a video of a skier and the guy's driving the boat and he goes to hand the skier a drink. And of course he just falls out of the boat. And now there's nobody driving the boat. It's going and the skier just lets go of the rope. And I'm like, why would you do that? At least try and work your way back up to the boat. It just lets go. And I just picture John trying. I'm teaching my dog how to pull me when I'm water skiing. Fucking idiot. Wants a dog on that boat. I mean, what a death sentence. I'm on a boat and I'm a bloat. Boom. Bacon and eggs checking in. J. Cole, you can't just let it go, can you? Look at the picture of DG coming back to pay the bar tab.
Imagine being nominated for an Oscar for his camera work.
I love that. That video was beautifully shot. I like when Trumpy Potato giggles. Good job, Zen.
I didn't do nothing.
Stuttering John is a low-life loser that lost in life.
Yeah, no
Chat.
L's. No L's allowed.
No L's. You got to send that to him. That'll break his brain. Boat, bust out another 1,000. Yeah, it's expensive hobby. Some people are going to say Stuttering John Has a Boat season is a jump the shark moment for a series, but I'm excited for this saga. Happy 1 year, jerks. Thank you, Lady Diabetes.
No, the season's going to jump the shark. The series will jump the shark when he brings a little kid.
Right. Right.
This show's
Kind
gotta
of like
get
what you
younger.
guys did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
that was coming.
But the instead of a season finale or jump the shark moment, it's something that's mentioned one time and he never comes back to it ever again. You'll never hear about a boat again. You just won't.
That'd be funny.
How about remember the national Pepsi commercial he landed? Remember he told us all that? Oh, wait till you see it, shitwaya. Just wait.
Well,
We're waiting.
He's fooled by every email that he gets. That's the thing, is that people fuck with him. And he does like a couple emails back and forth. I mean, we saw it with Anthony, obviously. It was just like, which Columbo episode did we watch together? Anyone with a Compound subscription would know the answer to that.
Well, what's great is Anthony got it wrong when he sent it to him the first time, and he goes, nope. And then he sends it to him the second time. He goes, yep, it really is you.
It really
Good
is
job.
him.
Speaking of, we are entering week 2, I believe, of the work that did not work, and John crying about it relentlessly. I mean, I think the reaction says it all about whether or not it worked. I mean, there's people out there that maybe don't know the history of John and Anthony. I'm sure everybody here in the chat does, but you know, Frog put together a great little video.
Oh, great. Okay.
To highlight, you know, where it started and where it ended. You know what I mean? It's pretty shocking. You have that, Frog?
Racist. Hockey, the racist, hates almost everyone. He sits with his zits and I don't know. Go ahead. Cumia is not a racist. Well, then I guess you haven't heard the rants that I've heard. He got fired from Sirius for being a racist. Following the most
that turncoat potato in there joining in on that. Disgusting.
Racist prick in the world is a racist. He's a racist. A racist. And racist, anti-Semite, homophobe, transphobe, and a dickhead. Fucking racist anti-Semite. Racist, anti-Semitic, fucking pock-faced prick. By a racist anti-Semite known as Pocky. It's much racist shit. A racist and an anti-Semite. And a transphobic, homophobic prick. Fucking racist. The fucking anti-Semitic racist. A fucking racist. A staunch anti-Semite. Staunch racist. Pocky. Fucking Pocky is a dickhead. Get Pocky to Pocky.
They appreciate the 10 fucking years of amazing employment.
Amazing employment. You think this guy was fucking Walt Disney himself? The amazing employment. What, to work for a fucking racist? Now, I don't really believe Anthony is involved in a lot of
Disney
works. So, Anthony, please don't be mad if I read your text. Hey, John, look, I get you probably don't want to talk to me, but I just want to say my days of talking shit about you are done. It was what it was, but since the whole Shuli pedo producer thing came out, I'm done with this whole Dabbleverse thing. I found out some insane shit about Shuli. And then this is his allegation, not mine.
Actually, they're my words, copy and pasted and sending it to you. But go ahead.
He knew a lot more about his producer than he's letting on. Again, shitway, that's what Anthony is writing to me. It's disgusting, and that's coming from me, and he capitalizes M-E exclamation mark.
with a smiling face, which kind of made me think it was Anthony because, he is being funny. I'll never say Anthony's not funny. Anyway, if you want any info to bury this guy, let me know. Hope all is well, Anthony. I'm glad you left the Dabbleverse. What's the info that you have? And he has not given me any info. Hopefully, Anthony, you will. I don't think it's a prank. I did, but I don't think so anymore. Because Kevin got the same text. So unless it's some, work that has no ending, I don't know what else to tell you. I think there's a lot of truth to what Anthony Cumia wrote me in that text.
Say hello to the ending.
I think there's a lot of truth to it. That's in my honest opinion. I think Anthony Cumia was spot on when he assessed what was going on.
Remember the racist homophobe, that guy? He was spot on all of a sudden.
That's in my honest opinion. I don't know it as a fact. I've never hung out with you, nor would I ever want to. But that's in my honest opinion. I believe Anthony Cumia was onto something. I believe Pocky knew. I believe Pocky does know. In fact, I believe Pocky's not calling me back anymore because I think Anthony doesn't want to be involved in any of this Dabbleverse bullshit, and I don't blame him.
And notice he didn't mention, I don't think Anthony's calling me back anymore because I have a different number.
Right.
Notice he didn't say that.
I thoroughly think that by going on the Shitways show is way beneath Anthony Cumia. Now, yes, is he a racist? Yes. And yes, is he an anti-Semite? Yes. But there's one thing that he is, that Shitwayer is not in, that is, he was successful. He was successful.
I thought
Very
uncircumcised.
I was going to say that one thing trumps everything else, which is pretty impressive. Success.
Successful. Monetarily, way more successful than me. Not in fame, of course.
No.
Not in television credits or film credits, of course. But monetarily, yes. Anthony Cumia was probably making $5-10 million a year. That's a lot of dough. Anthony Cumia warned me. He warned us all. Who would have thunk that Anthony Cumia is kind of a hero in all this?
Beautiful. There you go. The hero. From racist to hero. I love it.
Also, Missy pointed this out on my show just the other day, that every time Rob Saul would bring up Missy B, all the things that he says about her or any woman that's involved in anything, he has the most vile things to say. All of a sudden, John was getting real quiet. He didn't have a lot to add all of a sudden when Rob Saul was going after Missy B. And I was just like, I'm friends with those guys now, so...
Yeah, he even said on an episode once, he goes, ever since I got the text from him, I'm not going out of my way to trash him.
Yep.
So
You think he bought the boat thinking him and Anthony were going to be boat buddies? He'd go over to South Carolina. Anthony, they'd be halfway. They'd meet somewhere in Georgia.
Yeah. Tony Two Shorts. Guess who's on his way to see you? Just his luck.
He said some weird stuff in that last rant he did. One was that Anthony even sent that message, a text to Kevin, and then when Anthony was on the show, he went, "I never sent a message to Kevin."
No,
that's a weird lie. I don't know why he said that. And also, he said he never hung out with him. He didn't know Anthony other than what he knew as an anti-Semite, and we know that to be true. That he did play poker over his house. He hung out at his actual place. So why make those weird lies? Is it because he can't help it? He's just a pathological liar, so everything he says has to be a lie.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of it. It all depends which way the wind blows, right? Like when Anthony wasn't a racist, he hung out with Anthony and they watched Columbo together and they had the time of their lives. But now when Anthony doesn't like John, he's a piece of shit racist, and I don't even know him that well. We've never even hung out,
Oh, if there was a job offer from Censor.tv, John saying yes to that. Gavin McGinnis is great. Misunderstood. Anthony's the best. Like, this is how John is. He has, and it's funny that lately he's been going, "You don't stand for anything." He keeps telling people they don't stand for anything. That's literally the most projective thing he could say about someone. He stands for nothing.
Right.
That's the whole point of the bit, was like, this is the guy that he claimed started the attacks on his family.
Yep.
The last guy he would side with ever. And all it took was one text. That's it. One text. And he's a hero. When talking about his rebuilt Chevy 260, he sounded like a high school kid rambling about his muscle car that isn't real. Yeah, I got a 59 turbo Camaro, 2,000 horsepower. It was a special edition. Clyde, thank you. Oh, hey, Andy.
Oh, hey, Donna.
Hello. Carol, good to see you. Gents, I think Missy B alluded to the sores on his hands. Vile. His physical deterioration and loneliness is grim. Only that he's so awful, I'd feel bad. So you don't feel
them.
bad.
I put them in slow motion and made her stare at them.
Yeah, brutal. Have we talked about the fact that Stuttering John can't even get a fake American girlfriend? Literally every woman who speaks English knows better.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. It was the Vietnamese chick and then the Costa Rican girl.
Yeah, it's like a Rickles show. Everybody in the audience. We got the Polak. We got Mexican.
Well, replace girlfriend with hooker, and that makes more sense, right?
He ain't paid
Trump-
for a boat. He ain't paid for a hooker. Trust me.
If Trump ever finishes that wall, no more poon for John.
No more people to come clean up his house before a hurricane either. A boat slip is hard to get. I had a client who sold his boat for $400,000 in San Francisco, and the guy who bought it immediately sold it for less because he only wanted the slip that came with it. See? Get ready for Smug John if Harris wins.
That's a big if.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's getting the boat, in case Trump wins. He's gonna go sail, drive off.
Trump winning would be the best thing that could happen to John. And I said this in 2020 as well. I told Cardiff this on his show. I said, I voted for Trump in 2020 just so Richard Ojeda had shit to talk about.
Yeah.
Hal Sparks back then, Stuttering John, all of these guys. If Harris gets in, what is this political show? What are they even complaining about?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they got nothing.
What did they complain about the last 4 years? Trump.
Right. That's what I mean. Well, no, because
with or without Trump,
this will be the end of Trump's political career if he loses this one.
He'll be backing. He'll be backing the next guy, I guess, and he'll still be the boogeyman.
I think the Republicans will be done with him at this point.
We need a video of Trump going, if I leave, John, if I walk away,
Yeah,
it's
right.
over.
Yeah.
John will need to produce his NYU transcript and ace his boat safety course if he wants to join this club, the Cape Coral Yacht and Pickleball Club, ladies and gentlemen. That's some highbrow
club
shit
right there.
Yeah, even Shuli can't get into that.
No. What do you mean you can't drink seawater?
He would die so fast.
I mean, it's not even funny. Follow me on this. John talks about having a stock portfolio. Is it possible he's liquidating his assets by purchasing these things? The house, the boat. He's trying to hide the assets again. I mean, that's always, I think, a factor with him.
A boat?
Plus, that doesn't hide buying the boat doesn't hide the assets. It just becomes a boat.
Correct.
That loses.
It's not a good way to launder money. I'll tell you that.
Well, that would be how John would launder money then.
It is, though. You're right.
Yeah.
Buy something that depreciates in value immediately.
Stuttering John's money laundering service. We lose 80% of every dollar you give us.
It's like that Arrested Development episode with the banana stand.
Yeah, right.
You take the money and throw out the bananas. They're like, I don't think we're doing it right. You know?
Oscar, there's always money in the boats.
Future tweets, the Duke just fell overboard again. I love that. Toot, can't wait for stupid to get a BUI. Voting under the influence.
Let's hope not.
I wonder if John will be smart enough to get a waterproof case for his iPhone.
Right. SS daughter, son. All right. I see what you did there. I'm a racist. I can't stand Ray DeVito.
Yeah. There's a lot of racism in the Dabbleverse.
Yeah. The boat and living in it is him having a fantasy and not being mature enough to realize sometimes you need to postpone the fantasy.
Yeah, I think moving to Florida was like his Jimmy Buffett move. Like he thinks he's going to be living on the Keys. He's going to be drinking margaritas all day in the sand. Now he's got a boat. Now he can just go down to the fucking Keys.
Right. Who's
Like
not going to
whatever he
go out on a boat with Stuttering John and hang out for the weekend? Of course. Yeah, I know. I cannot get the question out of my head. Is Stuttering John more stupid or lazy? It is keeping me up at night. That is the age-old question with John.
That's a tough one right there.
I vote lazy. I've always said he's
as stupid as he is lazy, though.
then I throw it right back at you. He's as lazy as he is stupid. What do you think of that? You can't argue either way.
I think his laziness made him stupider, if that makes sense.
What came first?
His laziness came first, yeah.
We have a you got your chocolate and my peanut butter kind of situation.
Yeah, we really
it doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't, but fuck, it's that question that everybody keeps circling back to. If he was smarter, would he still be this lazy? Or if he wasn't as lazy, would he be this dumb?
Yes.
We need Dr. Steve for this, or maybe Adam Bush. We need a smarter
Well,
person than us.
Let's put it this way: he had a lot of opportunities to get smarter or to learn things, but he was lazy. But maybe he didn't learn anything because he was too stupid. Maybe that's what it was.
We need our own sorcerer, or just get the sorcerer. He's got to be sick of doing that show. Get him on, and let's have him analyze.
He was a call screener for 15 years.
Yeah.
Imagine that. The same thing you were doing as an intern, you were doing 15 years into your career. I don't know anyone who could say that.
Well, maybe he was just trying to master it, Carl. Did you ever think of that?
He didn't. He was in the bathroom shitting.
ChatGPT says his IQ is 90, so I don't think he has a whole lot of ability to learn.
Well,
what does ChatGPT know?
I mean, I'm just trying to think if I know of any stupid people who are productive.
Well, Shuli, you worked with a lot of people on the Stern Show who started as interns and call screeners, and all those people have pretty much progressed. They either became permanent members on the show. They became
or they moved on to something else.
Songwriters, right?
I'll tell you a perfect example is a guy like Mehmet, right? Mehmet gets shit on the show, but Mehmet was one of the few interns that when he had nothing to do would come into the newsroom and hang out and ask me questions about editing news stories. And he was trying to soak up as much shit as possible as an intern. So he was looking, 10 steps ahead. That's what a hustler does. That's what a go-getter does. Is how do I stay here? What can I learn to keep me here and get me paid? Do this for a living.
Mehmet's idea to have a billboard in Times Square where Howard Stern is ejaculating on the people below them is actually, even though that was a bit, smarter than anything John ever came up with on the Howard Stern show.
It's great. And I think he's, I love Mehmet, man. I've respected him ever since that day when he came in there on his own. And I was like, all right, dude, I see you, man. Respect. I dig that. Let's go.
Speaking of the radio, this is neither here nor there, but this is breaking news. It just came across my desk, so I thought I would share.
Yeah.
You guys familiar with the Toucher and Rich show out of Boston? It was like the highest rated radio show for over a decade in the entire U.S. Well, Rich decided to leave and start his own show. And we just reviewed them on WATP this past week as part of Jocktober. He has just been canceled. Less than 6 months after starting his own show.
Wow.
Rich shirt leave is done on Boston Radio.
Wow. So more importantly, the WATP bump is over.
We
the
did it
rub
again.
you used to get from WATP.
Well, no. I think it's just the opposite. I think the program director listened to this and went, yeah, what are we doing with this fucking show? These guys suck.
I have to listen to that. If it was that bad.
It's bad.
You opened the eyes of corporate with that episode.
Yes.
No, they realized, wait, this guy's still on? We haven't fired this guy yet?
Like, that's our morning slot? What are we doing?
He's the guy with the stapler in Office Space.
Yeah.
I thought we stopped paying him. Shuli, is King of All Blacks still alive? Yes, he is. Remember the short-lived show he did with Big Black? It was a successful show, but Big Black did not want any income jeopardizing his welfare. It was a funny show. It was. King of All Blacks is a funny dude, man. He's Lawrence. Good dude. If a kid is added,
he's on YouTube doing something.
Is he really?
what is he doing?
Yeah, he's got a YouTube show. We asked him, so we did some. He does call in, so we called in harassing him once about Stuttering John, and he wanted nothing to do with it.
I'll
He's
reach
talking about rap
out to him.
music and talks about black stuff and
Fuck
and
that.
It's a lot of
appliances.
great soda.
Let me tell you.
I forgot that when Rocco was staying with us in Largo, he called into the show with his King of All Blacks impression. I forgot about that. It was very funny.
I mean, King. There's him putting people down and clowning them was such a great. When he used to piss Ronnie off, it was so much fun. I would love to get him to watch a little bit of John and give his thoughts on it. If a kid is added to the show, it'll last 4 episodes. Episode 1 adopts a runaway girl and waves goodbye to a boy. Episode 4, he'll never talk to Stuttering John again. There you go. Breaking down the series. No film or TV credits. Cumia did a voiceover in a Louis episode, way more prestigious, and blows out of the water everything John has ever done. From his piece of shit movie to arm wrestling roast. I love the idea of an arm wrestling competition / roast combined.
Grand Theft Auto. I think.
I was going to say Grand Theft Auto is a cooler credit than I'm a Celebrity or whatever the fuck John's been on. Wings.
Yeah.
Probably paid better too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm 30-ish minutes behind. Wouldn't Stuttering John have a wife mom, not a mom wife, and a wife
point.
And a wife mom is so much worse. Shame on you, John. Thank you, G Rob.
Good point. Yep.
For Carl's boat fund, keeping up with Stut Joe. Let's go, Dr. Bob.
I better see that $1.99, Shuli.
Are the boys working on a montage of Stuttering John adding R's to words? He tater say my name.
Spaghetti farts.
Glad to see PDP back on the menu. The boat and the job are just more lies from Stuttering John. It's amazing how he thinks he can fool us with things that would trick the crap out of him.
He said to Vince today on the show, he goes, "Why would I lie about that?" When he's talking about his boat.
Right.
Why would I lie about that? It's like, you lied about working for a trivia app. What do you mean? I can't figure out why you lie about shit, John. You just lie about everything. I don't know. You bought a house in New Mexico with 5 bedrooms. I don't know why you lie about this shit you do.
Yeah, what doesn't he lie about?
I don't know.
That's the amazing thing to me. It's not about, oh, did we catch him in another lie? Where's the truth? That's what we should be searching for at this point. It's all lies.
You just brought back a memory. The trivia app.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's where he got the "what color is the sky" question from that he keeps throwing back at everybody? Was probably from like some trivia app.
Technically, yes, because the trivia app was actually him being a substitute teacher at school.
Yeah, but I still think he learned it from a trivia app and then started
Maybe.
teaching it at school.
I'm with Cardiff. I'm like, but the laziest way to get that information would be from the trivia app, and that would stick. That would stay in his head.
He aces Jeopardy every night. He knows every answer when he watches Jeopardy, which I still say should be behind his paywall. Watching John watch Jeopardy, I would pay all the money that I have to do that.
That's another challenge. Somebody should challenge him to a Jeopardy competition.
Yeah.
Oh, see what's better.
Be great. We should add that to the boxing event.
Yeah.
And the guitar off.
Yeah.
Yes. How many R accusations does Potato Trump have under his belt, and when does enrollment for Potato University start?
I think this is
Not enough.
Thank you.
For both.
Matthew, this is such a good show, except for Carl, Shuli, and the guy in the hat. Maybe it would have been kinder to just say Cardiff rocks. Oh, well, next time.
Hey, come on.
Dabbleverse.tv.
Matthew Riley, I know who you are now.
Guys, I didn't say it was a smart way to do it. No, I hear you, Prince. I hear you. You know, it's funny. I never got to talk to you about during the hurricane, John showing up to your house, Carl.
Yeah.
And filming it. Which,
right. People were upset about that. I didn't give a shit.
I know you didn't, but that's, and people have mentioned there have been streamers who have done less and have had their channel shut down for doxing people.
John's broken the terms of service on every time he goes on YouTube. He breaks the terms of service. It's shocking to me. Obviously, I'm not reporting. I never tell anyone to report him, but it's shocking to me that something doesn't get back to YouTube with all of his threats and shit.
But I find it hilarious that he went and filed a grievance with against Vince because he
Right.
thought Vince came to his house, yet he
Point.
had no problem pulling up to your house. And hanging
Vince is
out
the one
in
who
front of it.
told him to do that.
Right.
Vince told him to go to my house and film it.
Right.
And I didn't understand the point of like, all those houses look the same in Cape
Right.
Coral. They're all built around the same time. It's like, whatever, I didn't care.
But I think the point of it is, he knew you weren't there, so
course.
that's his block button, right? Is
Right.
to make sure, the other night we were watching a package and he didn't like somebody saying something in the chat and he blocked me. He goes, "Now you can't fight back," and I'm like, "That's why he does it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
So
the
telling.
knockout for him."
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was interesting that he had no problem pulling up to your house. But
Did he go up there and like yell at the house?
No, he just sat in his car and filmed it.
Oh, okay.
And just
Yeah.
called it a shithole over and over again. Even though it's bigger than his house, has a pool, built by the same builders for the same year. I didn't understand his point on that one.
You don't have the Trinity nail system, Carl.
He likes
Three
the
nail.
exterior color of his house better than mine. I've never once gave a shit about the exterior color of my house.
The other thing I wanted to bring up kind of around this is, what he deemed like a couple, what was it? Mr. Kill Everything said John was laughing on 9/11, right? And from that, he said, I need his information. I need his name. I want to know who he is, where he lives, everything. That, he says, is slanderous, what he said. Meanwhile, what does he say on his show about everybody every single day? It's pretty amazing what he deems slander when it comes to him, but what he thinks is okay for him to say because he says, in my honest opinion, which
here's another example. I thought
Yeah.
this was interesting when he was talking to Clay Dabbler the other day, and Clay's like, John, do you think that Mumbling Nick's life should be ruined because of the video that he put out? And Mumbling Nick made this video, and John played it on his show. He's the idiot. He doesn't curate anything, so he put it on
Right.
his show. Mumbling Nick did this thing where he's just like, I heard that John may or may not have gotten a hooker in AC, and she may or may not have been underage. It's just like, it was a nothing. It didn't mean
Right.
anything. No one was concerned about it. And John's response to whether his life should be ruined was yes. This is how John always fights back. It's always the kill yourself, Artie response.
Yeah.
Drink bleach.
Yep.
It's always the response. Like, John, I don't know that this guy making this silly video that you played by mistake because you're an idiot really should mean that he should lose his job and family. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't know if it's the same video, Carl, but I kind of heard a similar story about John in Atlantic City.
Oh, really? Someone else
I don't
saw
know.
that too?
I heard it. I heard it. That's all I know.
I heard some rumors too about Chinese.
Give me the
prostitute.
Give me the potatoes rumble information right now.
What was that, Joe?
15-year-old Asian prostitute.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not us saying anything. That's him.
Oh, that's all him. It's AI.
TSN, I demand equal time for Kamala's hairdo. Zen?
I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah, that software is out of date. I don't think they have Kamala.
No. USS Natalie Wood. Thank you, Larry.
Oh,
Bye,
it's getting
Carter.
changed. Cardiff's getting changed for us, maybe.
Oh, I like it. Made John meet the same fate as Lacey and Little Connor. Jesus Christ. John's new boat name, 1, 2, Stupid 3, is going to really rankle penis wrinkle. Yes, it's going to piss him off. Stuttering John is a narcissist that got everything handed to him. He wasn't grateful, but thought he deserved more. Laziness, unwillingness to learn, and stupidity. Okay. Dang, weighing in.
I mean, dang lizard, for a guy who doesn't watch a lot of these shows, he really did sum that up pretty well just now.
You know what it's like? It's like working in a really great, the best restaurant in New York City, and you start as a dishwasher, and after 10 years, you're still a fucking dishwasher.
Right.
You're like, "Guys, I'm a dishwasher. That's what I do.
That's what
don't
I
give a
mean. Right? That's crazy.
But hey, if you need a dishwasher in a hurry, who you going to, right? The guy who's been here 10 years.
Not
But
John.
it's like just being a dishwasher, but then starting your own restaurant, telling everybody you're a master chef.
Right.
There
Hey! What's up, girlfriend?
Oh, hey guys.
Hey there, Mr. Blister.
That is very racist.
Fuck yeah. I missed this show. Go
Oh,
on
did
now.
I do my Indian voice?
Yeah, dear Indian boys, let's hear it.
No, I'm not doing a moody. Thank you. Come again.
Big Black is a Mountain fan. Put Big and King together again. Do it. They were magic. Will it work without the Stern synergy? Not sure. B&B show. I'll get right on it, Goldfold. Yeah. Be honest. We hope that boat buy is real. It would be great for content. Playing Coast Guard Rescue is 3 episodes of fun. You know what? You're not wrong about that. Cumia also did a cameo in a Chris Rock movie. No bullshit. I'm just as shocked as you are.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too. They used their Sirius XM studio, or I guess it was Sirius at the time, to film that.
Morocco Mole, did you guys see Aaron's weird political rant about the Dabbleverse today? Said this country is always going to be shit if there are people who find goofing on John entertaining. Very weird thing.
Dude, Aaron's such a fucking weirdo. We wouldn't know who he was. He inserted himself into the Dabbleverse. He wanted a part of this thing. And now he thinks he's too good for it.
He knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Can I come in, guys?
Could I? Begging to come in.
His show used to be just clowning Chad Zubak until Chad came back and everybody went, nope, never mind.
Well, I love every day his show is a different show. He's like, we're not going to go down this road today, guys. And then the next day he's like, it's all personal all day, motherfuckers. Let's go. It's like, fucking pick a lane, dude. Utica checking in. Thank you.
Welcome, Utica.
All right. We got one last thing and we're going to wrap this up. What is this, Frog, that we have?
So you know how Mike always keeps notes of the stupid things John says?
Yes, his sayings that he usually mangles. Yeah.
I thought it would be fun to put them to use, those notes he's been keeping. So I've been taking them and finding some of the clips that go along with them. And I made a little montage.
I love that.
You were going to start a fire.
Yeah. Find something useful with Mike and start doing that with him too. All right, let's see it.
So bad for your mom. What an embarrassment. Really? Really? Embarrassment? Was one of the main characters on the greatest radio show of all time? Was the announcer on the greatest late night talk show of all time? Was signed to one of the greatest record labels of all time, Atlantic Records? Sold the movie to one of the greatest movie companies of all time, National Lampoon? Really? Embarrassed? I don't think so. The amount of my successes is what is the word? Uncomparable when it comes to these idiots. We have 1,012 people in the room. The Duke wins again. Charlie McDennis, and those are real. And when I have a wake-up call, I make the necessary changes. Wasn't hard. I said, okay, John, it's time. You did your stress test. Your heart's in good shape. I could feel confident that I could stress myself without having any physical altercations. So,
what?
Day 2 at the gym. And I will be going back tomorrow. Call you and that dumb crunt out on your show because you don't know how to read a statute. You don't know how to read a law. You don't know that eavesdropping in the state of Florida is all about calling somebody and not letting.
Look at his crawl. Vince the racist lawyer, a.k.a. Downsy.
The detergent. I was talking about the detergent.
Yep.
Them know they're being recorded. Clear this up. Trans jokes are okay when you make them about Bruce Jenner. No, I don't make them anymore about Bruce Jenner. We used to. Okay, K-Mac, I'm going to try and reason with you. I know this might be a stretch for me, but I will. Like Dabble's Anonymous, these people are such blatant fools that it's like, it's almost incomprehensible for a man of my intelligence to ingest.
Jesus.
Incomprehensible.
I mean, they lie about everything. That's how it works. Kevy boy. I don't pay guests because I don't have any money. I don't make any money. You just said you made 900. I said, I only made 100. How can I pay? I'm broke. I'm broke, Kev. So when I come on, you treat me, with the same irreverence as you do Stevie Lou and Rain Man. Pay me.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Good to see where these things come from and that they're real. You know, Mike reads out his book, people go, there's no such guy. There's no way this is real. It's real. It's real.
He would have to have 160 IQ to write that.
Yes, I agree with you. You'd have to be a genius to pretend to be this stupid. Right.
Some Andy Kaufman shit.
Hello to you all. Trump 2024, Erica, and we love you. And raid tonight. Yes. 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to do a half hour on YouTube and then go behind the wall tier 2. So join us tonight on the raid. Gentlemen, Potato, please plug away your Rumble and everything else. Go ahead.
If everyone could go to dabbleverse.tv, click follow on my Rumble, sign up, join, do whatever you do on Rumble, but watch me there. I'll be back Thursday night. I don't know if I'm doing Potato Soup or I'll be back with the Tonight Show. The Tonight Show. And also patreon.com/Cardiff Electric. Go there and give me money.
He's worth it. He's worth it. Carl?
Whoarethese.com is where we want to go for all things. Who are these podcasts? Who are these socials? Who are these broadcasters? Who are these broadcasters is on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, and they'll be doing that again tomorrow. But also, Christian Blatt and some of his friends, including that Aussie guy, will be doing a special election night show at 1 a.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So if you want to get the real facts and analysis of the 2024 election, tune in to the WATP channel. And again, wherever you listen to podcasts, just subscribe to Who Are These Podcasts. We put out a brand new episode every Sunday and every Thursday.
Zen, you know, you can catch Zen.
Screening calls for the Shuli Network. I'm here.
Zen.
I'm not going anywhere. Also, tomorrow, Tuesday, Shawnee Zone. Go check him out during the election. He's going to be putting out his probably getting our channel shut down.
Yeah, we're going to have Shawnee read the results. It might take 37 hours, but he's going to read the results.
I don't want to tease too much, but I heard a rumor one of my new characters will be debuting on WATP's election coverage.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right.
Black-faced potato. Can't wait.
Thank you, everybody, for coming back in here. Hit like on your way out if you don't mind. Hit subscribe. Hit notify. Get yourself a membership on your way out the door. We're tier 2 tonight, so sign up for that. Thank you to everybody who super chatted, gifted, whatever it is you did today, hung out. We love you guys. We'll see you later today. Go support everybody. Bye.
DabblePoint.